back to Post and Perspectives. Basically, the segment of the show is to take your comments because everything you say matters to us. And of course, on the flip side about it, sometimes we analyze your comments with our 3 star powers on the table of the front burners. My name is Swifter Derito, and let's jump right into it. So the first topic we are talking about is banks begin enforcement of the 100 Naira ATM withdrawal fee. And the first person we have is Dr. Mary. And Dr. Mary says, and people are not filling the streets with placards? Is this jazz or people are just docile or helpless? I think Dr. Mary, she likes the whole, agree, people should ginger. It doesn't work like that, doctor. And the next person is Drag, and Drag says, this is better for the liberation of the masses from fraudulent bank managers and their POS agents who have rendered useless the ATM systems. Talking about rendering useless the ATM systems, Blessing was very passionate about this ATM and POS people. Is it true that the ATMs not working in banks have rendered the POSs working, have rendered the ATMs not working in banks useless, and this 100 Naira fee and 500 Naira is another bank is a good idea?
Now, if you ask me if it's true, I'll ask you, have you gone to the ATM? How many times have you been to the ATMs and you found cash? Have you experienced a situation where there's a POS operator standing by at the ATM just waiting for you to go try your luck and then say, you want to use POS? So that answers your question. The truth of the matter is that we cannot overlook the issues in the banking system. There seems to be some complicity.
Yes.
Now, when people say the POS operators are also the bank officials themselves, it looks like, well, there could be some elements of truth in this because of the way the POS people always have cash, and then the ATMs don't have cash. Now, look at what has happened. The reverse is the case now. So there's a new policy where there's a 100 Naira charge for withdrawals, and then the ATMs now have cash. Where did that cash come from? Well, but for the person who was talking about people protesting, well, I don't think we want to have the same situation as we had during the Naira scarcity. Yes. Now, to forestall that, it would be a responsibility for the CBN to talk to Nigerians. Let them know why you are charging what you are charging. True. Is this a temporary measure? Are you targeting something? Now, is there a way that we can have these charges reduced? Because you're saying for off-site ATMs, you're going to charge as high as 500 Naira for withdrawals. That is astronomical. That is unbelievable. Why am I paying so much for my money? True. So I think that the CBN can do a whole lot at this point to douse whatever tension that is beginning to generate, because that is the bank's aspect now. Yes. We've not seen how much the POS operators are going to be charging for transaction. It will be unfair to people who lodge their monies without being paid for lodging their monies to pay so much withdrawing it at the end of the day.
Brilliantly said, as usual, Blessing. The next person is from Mr. Dean, and still on the bank's 100 Naira ATM charge, and Dean says, with the policy, I think they are trying to fight the tech banks like Money Point, OPay, Pamplay, and the rest that do not have ATMs, but instead POSs. I see how much commercial banks are fighting those tech companies. Now he's coming from somewhere else. Doctor, let me put you on this. Someone is feeling that this is an intentional way of the traditional banks to fight the new boys on the block, the Money Points and the OPays, since they don't have ATM machines and really physical banks. Instead, they give out POSs to entrepreneurs. What's your take on this, sir?
I don't think it's that. If it's anything, it's actually encouraging the POS to be much more profitable, because if you are charging me 500 Naira to go do transaction on off-site ATM, I prefer to pay 200 Naira to do it on POS. So I don't think that is the real idea. I just feel that CBN need to really sit down to look at what exactly is the problem they want to solve. So you don't create more problem trying to solve one.
I really like that. The next topic that was, properly treated has to do with FG sets 2 weeks work rule for contractor fantastic. And of course, this one is from Sam, and Sam say, yeah, it makes sense to ensure work actually starts before disbursing funds, but it could also slow down cash flow for contractors who rely on the initial payment to mobilize properly. It is a double-edged sword. Talking about double-edged swords, Priya, you're on my hot seat today. What's your take?
Okay, it's good. The 2 weeks is good. However, I think the best bet is the APG and the performance bond that the Honorable Minister, has said earlier on. And it will be better if we, members of the House of Representatives and the Senate, speak to the executive arm of government to review the Procurement Act so that we can make sure that whilst we are holding the contractors to carry out their responsibility, the approving authorities themselves are responsible in their own part, so that both parties could have a go to make sure that whatever projects we have on ground is executed properly.
Thank you so much, Priya. You always pick my mind. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all I can take. Please, if your messages were not taken, I apologize. I'll do better tomorrow. But of course, I'm not just about to run away and leave you. I'm going to be handing you over to the man who will tell you everything you need to know about sports. I call him Honorable Chooks. My name is still Swift Aderator. See you at the other side.